Hello, my name is Reinhard Droste. I'm student number 150039, and this is my proposal for the game I'm making called Home, or The Zone. Still deciding on the title. Well, um, I'll just call it The Zone for now. The Zone is basically an open world survival game that is narrative driven. Um, you basically you are in a radioactive wasteland. Um, the goal of the game is, well, the secondary goal is to survive. You have um, animals around and water, so you will have to hunt to get food and find a water source or bottled water wherever you can. The game itself is set in Fukushima in Japan, where there's been a radioactive meltdown after the earthquake and the tsunami and everything that happened. The entire surrounding area of the nuclear power plant is now quarantined and has military forces like guarding the borders. So you are stuck inside this zone. Um, the reason the game will have crafting, so you can make weapons and stuff, find ways to purify water, make weapons to hunt animals and kill enemies that are in the game. And the main focus of the game is to find a way out of this zone. Um, the age restriction will be 18 plus because of violence, blood, and language. As a reference, I took a look at the game called Stalker, which is really similar to my game, minus the survival element of it. Another game I looked at was Ark Survival Evolved for its crafting elements and how they used ways of leveling up to get recipes or what they call engrams, so you can learn to make different things and weapons and shelter and everything. So the game will start off with a tutorial. You wake up in the woods and then get prompted to use your inventory to find water. After successfully drinking the water, you will be prompted to pick up the bow and equip it. After you successfully equipped it, you will be told to go to a nearby river where an animal will be waiting for you, and you will be prompted to shoot it and go after it and use a knife to gather food and hide off of it. You will then be told to craft a fireplace, and the tutorial will guide you through the crafting process. After you made the fireplace, you can cook the meat and eat it. After you've eaten the meat, a storm will start, and you will be prompted to craft a tent to hide from toxic rain or radioactive mists or whatever that will come that you need protecting from. Once the tutorial will conclude, an explosion will go off in the distance and you will be prompted to go to that explosion, and you will be caught in the middle of a firefight, and that will be the start of the game. And later you'll be told to go to the next quest and the next quest and the next quest via NPCs telling you that they have found a way to get out of the zone. So the quests will take you to different bandit leaders to help you, or do you have to help with tasks to get them to follow you into battle. You need them to help you to follow you in battle, because the only way to get out of the zone is to attack a military outpost and break through it and escape through that way. So you'll need to go to different bandit leaders that are all caught in the zone as well, and militia and stuff, to help you fight off the military. After you've done this, you will go to an outpost where you will escape, and the bandits will be there waiting for you to start the fight, and you will need to kill a few military and find a way through the reinforced gates. Now the mechanics of the game will be a first person, it'll have the feel of an FPS game. The crafting is an essential part of the game to survive in the wasteland. You will be able to gather resources, craft weapons, and make modifications to add damage or status effects. Crafting will also be needed to make shelter and get your food and water. Players will also need to find animals, kill them for food and resources to make items. Players will also need to find shelter to make their own to avoid taking damage from radioactive storms and elements of heat and cold. The heat and cold will not actually kill you, but will cause you to dehydrate more or cause more hunger to go down faster. Those are just the controls. It's basic movements, WSD to move, mouse to move the camera, left click to shoot, right click to aim, I for inventory, E to activate stuff, and Q to holster, to crouch and prone. Okay, this is the basic story of the game. An earthquake in Japan in 2011 caused a nuclear disaster in Fukushima, and the surrounding area has been deemed a nuclear exclusion zone and has been quarantined. People got wind of rare artifacts that hold strange properties. Scientists are paying a lot of money on the black market for these artifacts, which made desperate people sneak into the zone to search for these artifacts. This caused the government to militarize the surrounding area and to prevent people from entering, and now have orders to shoot people on sight who are coming from the inside of the zone who want to leave. Your name is Haruto Sato. He has been caught inside the zone when it was militarized while looking for a valuable artifact that would pay for surgery his daughter desperately needs to live. But he is not giving up. He goes on search for one of the most valuable artifacts, rumored to be in an area few people dare to enter. In this area there will basically be more dangerous creatures and even military that might try and intercept you from getting to this point. While the military has caught wind of the rumor, they stage a mission to find this artifact as well. So now you're in a race to find the artifact with the military, and you'll need to fight military, kill creatures, kill bandits, and you'll need to find a way to slip out of the zone, which I already mentioned. You have to fight through an outpost to get there. This is some concept art for my character, his face, and here is early renders of how he looks. Okay, now for monetization, the game will be a once-off buy, but later DLCs will expand the world. Because after you finish the game, you will get the option to go back in to play after you've completed the main storyline. So you can go back in and do side quests, continue to upgrade weapons, and see how long you can even add an option to have extreme survival mode, where the main purpose is just to survive with extreme conditions. There will be in-game purchases as well, but this will be like something that's not really the main way of sourcing from getting money, like just a companion like a dog or any type of weird animal that will be with you to help you hunt, which is just a slight like a extra. I also had an idea of having in-game credits which characters would buy, which players will buy, and in the zone a outside trader will enter the zone at some point, and you'll have to get to him to get unique items that he might sell. But I want to limit the in-game purchases because I don't want players to feel that they're being squeezed for money. Because the real money is going to come from the DLCs to expand the world and quests and everything. Advertising, I'll use Facebook to engage audience and spread the word about my game. I will share gameplay videos and early demos on Facebook to pique interest. I will also use Blogger to do updates as well. It's just a screenshot of the blog that's already up. The AI is just basic AI because most of it will be melee based, but it'll be more complex when enemies will have ranged weapons like bows or guns. AI for the animals will be simple. They will hold the property and how aggressive they are, and this will decide if they will attack or run. This can be easily achieved with Playmaker and NavMesh that's built into Unity. Yes. The game will be playable or released on Windows, so desktop. Unity will be used as a development software as the game will be offline game. There will be no network requirements as in a multiplayer type of way, multiplayer network stuff. The concept art is being developed with Adobe Photoshop, and 3D models are being created with Blender. The key assets to be created is the main character, Haruto Sato. All NPCs and enemies can be created using Fuse. Yeah. Assets can be will be sourced from Unity Store and will be made with Fuse. Unique characters will be made with Blender. And basically I can spend around 1 to 2 days per asset if assets cannot be sourced from the store. To cut time on asset creation, I can get free assets on the asset store, edit them in Blender to fit the scene, and add them into the game and give them some sort of purpose. The game can be completed in 2-ish years, like 2.5 years. By the end of this year, I would like to have a complete map with animals and survival elements in the first year. So have a basic survival game going, maybe have enemies here and there like bandit groups trying to attack you. Expenses, going on what an average early indie developer, young, just starting in the industry would get per month. I got around like 2,500 Rand a week. Assets that will be used is Puppet Master and Playmaker, and those are the costs for that. Software will be Unity, Blender, Photoshop, Substance Painter for texturing and creating realistic creating realistic textures. Fuse to create fast to create enemies and bandits, and Mixamo to get basic animations and stuff ready for the game. So the total cost will go up to 262,000 Rand for 2 years. And here is just a quick video on a prototype I'm working on. So this will just add an extra element of realism. So if you get shot, you will fall down. Yeah, just created the survival element a little more intense.